Thomas Tatum. Afternoon, Dr. Smith. Please, sit down. So, you're here today because I heard your parents were telling me about you have been experiencing some nightmares. Is that correct? Yes, exactly. When did you start experiencing these nightmares? A couple of nights ago. Alright. What were these nightmares about? Well, a couple of nights ago, my nightmare was actually about, a character I created. Well, technically, these are characters that I gave personality. Their names are left hand and right hand. You see, these are puppet hands that I make for my YouTube channel, and it's a series called Misadventures. The left hand is obviously named left hand, the right one's right hand, and they're both like superheroes, and they both have like a guardian named Knuckles and a robot companion named Runner, and they were in my nightmare, but something about it was off. My nightmare was I was in my house. I woke up from a nightmare, and my house looked abandoned, destroyed, but there was something off. I got up out of my bed and opened the door. My entire house was abandoned. There were scratches all over the walls. It was deteriorating. The ceiling was like about to collapse. But I also noticed some pictures on my walls were gone. No sign of my family. No one. It was just me. And I was alone. I looked outside. Nothing. It was just an empty neighborhood. Abandoned houses. And I don't know why. But I also noticed that there are a few things here, which is odd. And some of them look like some of my characters were in this house. Because I always make some props for my characters to interact with. And this was from my series Misadventures. But I also did hear a noise coming from my basement. So I managed to find something to arm myself with. And since there was no one nearby, I know I made the dumb decision to investigate it. I went down there, completely pitch black, cobwebs all over the place, broken glass on the floor. And then I saw one. It was one of my hand characters, left hand. But usually he's supposed to be small, but he was huge. He was on the hallway of the basement, but he was facing the other side. I was completely shocked to see one of my characters in my dreams. But he looked at me. He looked the same. But the only difference I noticed was his eyes. His eyes were bloodshot. Like he just drank something. Or something, I don't know. And also his pupils looked like something like you see from a crocodile or any other reptilian. Just staring at me. I was in complete shock. I was in a complete state of fear. Just seeing that in my house. I managed to back up and managed to head back to the stairs. But I saw another one. Right hand. His eyes were also bloodshotted. He also had those sharp pupils. And he had what looked like his staff. But his staff was covered in something red. I'm guessing it's blood. And then I noticed her guardian Knuckles on the floor, dead. I'm I'm guessing Runner has to be in this universe too. I looked back at Left Hand, but he got closer. And he actually spoke, but not English. Or I'm guessing it could be English, but I couldn't understand a word he was saying. Then I heard something from upstairs. The hands told me I had to head back up there, and so I did. And it was one like my other hand character's Runner, but he was like weaponized. His thumb was shaped like a minigun. His pinky has like a blade, and he's covered with all sorts of weapons and blood. I'm guessing Runner went rogue. And he was huffing and puffing. And then the hands grabbed me, and then like put me down like I was about to get executed. And then Left Hand said something again. Of course, I couldn't understand it. So, he managed to tell me something. Forget the past. Forget the future. Everything is all your fault. Money won't solve anything. Do not let greed get to you. This is what you're undoing. That was the only thing he said in English, or something that I could actually understand. And as soon as Runner was about to turn on his minigun, I immediately woke up, and I immediately tell my parents about it because like I said, I've been having these nightmares for a long time now. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Thomas, calm down. I'm here. That's why your parents call me, so that way I can see what your problems are. Now, so you said you've been having nightmares about these hand puppets in your dreams, and they were about to kill you, and they told you something about greed. What have you been doing? Well, it's for privacy reasons. I don't want to get into all of that. Well then, I guess I can see what the problem is. Maybe just stay away from electronics, and maybe stop focusing a lot on your work, and maybe spend time with family, or maybe just do something else with your personal life. Maybe take a mental health break. Okay, doctor. Thank you. I am always here to help you, Thomas. And if you need any other help, just come back here. Here's my card.
Vi jossakin vuotta. Vi pahemmin. Hörs näit. Hörvän se. Here. Hörmämme.
Hero. Maasta. Reisi wall. Se mahti mahreisi wall.